Hey, just standing outside what was the elbowroom. I don't know if you know my story, but I was fighting the landlords here for about 3 or 4 years, trying to stop them kicking me out. And yeah, they have kicked me out and then just rented the units back to other businesses. You know, and I wish them well, I wish them luck, but I'm going to go back to where I am now and let you know what the flip side of that story is and how much it's cost us, like personally and as a business. It's been really terrible, and the law in Ireland is just... So I just walked up the street. As many of you know, that once we were finally evicted, we finally managed to move. Here's the story. So I'd been fighting the landlords for a while. I went to lots of solicitors. They laughed at me when I said it wasn't fair that a commercial tenant that paid their rent all the time, looked after the place, invested 250,000, $250,000 in the buildings, could just be chucked out. So I decided to go and study law, and I ended up qualifying as a barrister 3 years later, which is great. But having to then liquidate the company when we were evicted. So the issue was I was paying my rent every single month, but the landlords decided not to fight the eviction during COVID because they knew they wouldn't be able to release the units. So I paid my rent every month. It went back into my account. After COVID, no one came back. We were hugely in debt, and I ended up having to go into liquidation. So if you go into liquidation, the liquidator takes all your money, all your assets. And I ended up going to court with the landlords. They wanted me to pay them 92,000 euros, including 30,000 euros legal costs. I managed to whittle them down. So far I've paid 35,000 euros, which has really just almost bankrupted us. And I have another 10,000 euros to pay at the end of October, which is going to be really, really tough because I've exhausted my family, I've exhausted my kids' savings accounts. Anyway, so I'm just going to ask for your help. The liquidator, for a few thousand euros, allowed us to buy back the elbowroom brand, and we've got 2 lovely studios. We've got a great program of teachers. We've got workshops coming. We've got pregnancy workshops. I've started teaching again. And I'd really appreciate if everybody just bought a 5-class pass, or a 1-class pass, or a 10-class pass, or a 15-class pass, just to give us some revenue for September to meet the final 10,000 euros that I have to pay out to those landlords. Yeah, would really appreciate that. I mean, we're fine here, but do you know, I had to borrow 180,000 euros from the bank to move and to re-establish the business. So, like, I've never had to borrow that much money before in my life. Like, for the elbowroom down below, I remortgaged my house. Yes, okay, I managed to pay that off after 15 years. But yeah, trying to find 10 grand in by the end of September after the last 3 years is going to be pretty tough. So I'd really like it. I don't normally ask for things. I'd really like it if you just would click the link I'm going to put down here somewhere and buy an old pass. Yes, even if you're going to send it to someone else for a friend, it would be so helpful. So thank you.